What is up, YouTube? News Carl here. Before we get to work on this motor, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do a compression test on it, and hopefully I didn't get scammed. We'll see how it goes. So I bought this motor for a couple $100. I think I bought the engine and the transmission for $1,000. Not much of a deal there in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. But I bought the motor off some dude on OfferUp, and basically the conversation went, so how's the compression on the motor? Good. That's pretty much it. So I really hope I didn't screw myself there. And on top of that, I mean, the deal just seemed really sketchy. I don't know. The dude seemed nice on the phone, but the whole time it just seemed like, oh, get out of my face, like get out of here kind of thing. But whatever, it is what it is. So let's go ahead, let's get started. So because the motor's out of the car, I pretty much gotta take it off the engine stand. I gotta put the flywheel on. I gotta put the trans on so I can mount the starter. Gotta fill it up with oil, brand new oil. So hopefully this thing isn't a piece of crap, because I don't want any of that crud in my oil. Because the BMW motor just sits really awkward on this tire, I pretty much gotta have it hoisted up while I put the flywheel on. And the trans. And all the other stuff. Stupid BMW motors. But it's okay. I like it. So for those of you who noticed that I was using an impact, I literally had it on the lowest setting. But I have it pretty much equivalent to a hand tight for now. It's not like this is the final assembly anyway, so I'm just gonna keep it a little bit loose. That way I don't elongate these flywheel bolts. So that for final assembly I can reuse them. So pretty much hand tight. Good to go. Let's get this trans on. Finally got the trans on. It was a pain to get the input shaft and the pilot bearing, but no big deal. I still have the motor pretty much on the hoist, a little bit resting on the tire, just because BMWs don't like to sit. Work smarter, not harder. That's not good. First plug, and there's already oil. There's oil. It's the only one that didn't have oil on it. Well, so far, doesn't look good at all. But fingers crossed. Otherwise I'm gonna get really upset. Compression that low, we gotta figure out what's wrong with the motor. So, I'm gonna try putting some oil into cylinders 4 and 6, and let's see if that raises the compression. So that's unfortunate news. Looks like adding oil into cylinders 4 and 6 increased the compression by a significant margin, roughly 20 to 40 psi. I'll look back at the numbers, but it increased a little bit. That tells me that possibly has bad rings. I've never had to deal with a bad compression motor before, so I'm going to be doing quite a bit of research to see what my options are, because at this point it's not looking too good. So let this be a lesson to you guys that are buying a used motor. Make sure you have some sort of evidence that the motor was compression tested and that it was good, because I took this guy's word and I trusted that it was in fact a good compression motor. He told me that it was 180 across the board, which is total BS. I'm just glad that it was a bad motor for the M54, which is relatively inexpensive. I'm just glad it wasn't for the 2J, which is really expensive. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because I'm pretty bummed right now, because I had this all planned out. I wanted to get this pretty much in and running, but obviously I can't do that anymore. I couldn't have tested it anyway at the time, because he apparently sold his flywheel and clutch and all that stuff. So even if I wanted to test it, I couldn't, because I didn't have the materials at the time. So there was no way that we'd be able to crank the motor. It felt sketchy buying the motor from him in the first place. It was very rushed, and it obviously looked like a salvage yard. He didn't seem to care too much about how he was handling the motor, so just those telltale signs, but I went and purchased it anyway. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and totally screws up my schedule for the next couple weeks. So whatever, we'll figure it out. That's life.